as far as frame rate and the amount of information goes. Different things to consider once again are animation. I spoke about moving the arm of the action figure. Well, when you're making a movie, don't just concentrate on the area of movement. You know, it's really bad filmmaking in my opinion. Sometimes, of course, I understand it's a little bit harder to, you know, control everything around you. But, you know, take an action figure, and as his hands are moving around and they're doing different things, make sure the person's head also moves, or something in the environment is changing as well. Like you're shooting a desert scene, have something I guess you know, like give the effect of sand blowing by, or another person walking in the background. It adds a real level of detail which is not very hard to accomplish. Those things matter quite a bit when you're watching the video. What I notice a lot of times is that someone's going to come along, move both arms at exactly the same speed, or they would move one arm, then they would move one head, then they would choose a different camera angle, make someone else do something else. Especially when two things are interacting, keep in mind in real life, one thing's not just going to stay in one position till the other's finished moving around and speaking. Concentrate on the other guy as well. As this hand's moving up, maybe this guy fidgets and moves a little bit back, scratches his ass, ponders over what the hell this person's talking about. So take all those little things into consideration, and you're probably going to end up with a very good movie with not too much time invested in, you know, trying to make it. You could definitely use Windows Movie Maker to make most of your films. I won't go into exactly how it is used because it's relatively straightforward. Just take all of your pictures, throw them into Movie Maker, and then copy them into the time frame, and it'll automatically make a picture out, make a movie out of them. You can add special effects and stuff like that. For that, read the help file. Just remember that Movie Maker works at 8 frames per second. Does not go much faster than that. But what you can do is make your entire movie and then speed it up. So it's at 8 frames, you compile your film, then play the video at double speed, so it's technically moving at 16 frames. However, do remember that when you do that, your initial picture should be taking 16 frames into account, not 8 frames. So if you, at the end of the day, what you wanted to show was this hand going from here to there in a period of 1 second. If your final frame rate after doubling the speed is going to be 16, make sure that you take 16 pictures to do this. Another very good program out there, but I have a little bit of issues with it once in a while, is a program called JPEG Video. That's JPG Video. It allows you to compile frames that I believe up to 40 to 45 frames per second, not that you ever have to go that fast. Basically, it allows you to do the compilation, but it won't let you do anything else like Movie Maker allows you to do, which is add different types of sounds, a few very basic effects, stuff like that. If you're planning on working with a multitude of audio sounds that you want to put together, you can look into Audacity. That's Audacity. It's a very good program and extremely easy to use for compiling audio information. Another thing to consider when you're making the videos is how to add in the special effects. You can use Photoshop, you can use Paint Shop. I've used both of them in the past. I'm not a big fan because I'm not good at animation. So try to do most of the communication of your story by just the stop motion. You know, that's usually good enough. But in case you're planning on doing certain types of effects that may look completely impossible to do, try to make use of the different types of household tools that you may have available, such as clear tape. If you want to show Ratchet climbing up, you can use tape for him to hang on to the table as he climbs up little by little, and you can finally get on the top. It makes your video look a little much cooler. I've once done that with Bionicle, and the effect was pretty good for that. Other things that people usually ask about is how can you show something that's flying? Well, multiple ways of doing it. You can use blue screens, which I have no idea how to possibly use them, even though most of my place is blue in color. A couple of things that you can try are take a picture where there's absolutely, the thing that doesn't have to move should not be present in that frame. Just take a picture, then show the thing moving across. It's just an example. And then using the frame that you took before, superimpose it. So let's say I was holding Ratchet from right here, just cut this section of the frame out, take whatever's been cut out from the previous picture and plug that in, and it's a little bit painstaking, but it gives the desired effect. Other things that you can do are use strings. They're tough to control, so if you have another person out there, they may help you out. Attach the figure to strings and you can move him around, or you could move his leg up and in the air, or make him do just about anything.